Yes, thank you very much, Marinos, and I am very happy to present to you Pagode, Europeana China. It is a fresh project because we started last April, and it is a project about Chinese heritage in Europe. It is an Europeana aggregation and thematic project, so the objective is to enrich Europeana's content with new digitized cultural heritage and to improve the user experience with such digital content. Of course, in these kinds of project, there is an interlinked range of activities. And in the case of Pagode, we started from defining what is Chinese heritage in Europe. This might sound like a simple question, but perhaps the answer is more complex than expected. And then there is a lot of interlinked activities, from content selection and coordination to all the activities linked to digitization and metadata curation, up to quality standards that allow this content to be good for reuse and highly retrievable. And of course, the work for offering this content and ingest it to Europeana, and naturally all the communication and user engagement activities to enhance this content. The objective is to bring into the spotlight Chinese cultural heritage as part of Europe's history of trade and exchange. And for this reason, the action of Pagode will deliver 10,000 newly digitized objects fully available for free reuse, to perform annotation to a number of so to say, all the records that are already in Europeana, and also enrich collections that are published in this European Digital Library. In order to highlight and help users retrieve this content, Europeana will create a dedicated thematic space that will be the Europeana China, which will display collections and editorials, and also a virtual exhibition. In addition to this, we are preparing some physical experience with Chinese heritage. This is the overall slide. So we want to bring more China-related collections into Europeana, to find ways to discover and curate those collections, and to showcase them also in the light of opening cultural collection to cultural connections to China. And this is a part of the work with various Chinese stakeholders who are not partners in the project, but who are looking at us with interest. Just a few words on Europeana and the thematic environment. You are perhaps familiar with this homepage, that is the homepage of Europeana, and we are going to publish a China hub in Europeana, so establishing a thematic collection and to create a combination of artificial intelligence and manual curation. So what we are mainly doing is to find interesting topics that would interest the users of Europeana, be it a student, a teacher, a researcher, or simply a culture lover who likes to discover beautiful content. We are going, of course, to see what is already in Europeana, so to identify online content and existing collections to complement the new materials that we are going to ingest. And of course, as I mentioned, we will deliver editorials, so blogs, galleries, and a virtual exhibition. The virtual exhibition is certainly the, can I say, flagship outcome of the project in Europeana, and it will be complemented by also physical experience. It is going to become a traveling exhibition, so with one main story fit to different media, which will be online and also live as a physical event, which will premiere next year hopefully, in Pisa Museo, at the Museo della Grafica, including photographs and cultural heritage objects to showcase these stories of connections between Europe and China. The project is composed of a relatively small consortium, but we are very, very happy to welcome on board already a number of important associate partners. And one thing we would like to always say during this presentation is that Pagode is, in our view, the seed for a larger community of stakeholders, and particularly of content holders who have a stake with Chinese cultural heritage and who own collections of this kind. And I think the presentation is done. I invite you to visit our website, which is www.photoconsortium.net/pagode, and more to come soon, because as I mentioned, we are going to deliver very nice content in Europeana and in our networks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentina, giving us an overview of China in Europe. Thanks.